If you want to hear my answers to the 21 questions makeup tag edition, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène and welcome back, or if it's your first time, welcome to HMM Makeup or Makeup. I am very excited for today's video because I have not done a tag for quite a while, and I mean quite a while. And if you're curious, I'll put the last one I did before this one. I'm telling you, it's been a long time. And this one seemed to be the perfect one to kind of get myself a little bit back into makeup tags. And it is a tag that was created by Allie Glines, and she did her video on January 23rd, I think, and I will put that video right there for you. I have not watched anybody's videos. I became aware of the video based on Teresa's death, and I actually had the intention of watching her video, but her video ended up playing in the background and I was just doing other things and did not watch her video. So I'm going to say I did not watch it because nothing of the video stayed with me at all because I ended up being completely preoccupied by something else. That's a lot of background. Enough. Let's get into the questions. As I said, there are 21, and I think the questions are interesting, and whether or not you decide to answer them yourself, I think that it's interesting to just ponder what your answers might be as you go along with me, just because some of them were really food for thought as far as having to figure out what my answer would be. Some of them I really had to noodle, and I'm wondering, let me know in the comments if you had some where it wasn't an easy answer. I would be curious to know which questions that was for you and why. All right, let's get into the questions. I might be talking now just as a stalling tactic, so let's get into it. As I said, 21 questions. Number one is, what is the oldest makeup product in your collection? And to that one, I kind of had it depends, because I have two answers depending on how you interpret the question. So I'm going to go first off with the one that I thought was, well, the one that was my first answer. And they are in here, which is a Makeup Forever magnetic palette. Those palettes are great for having to move makeup around, by the way, because they have a sponge protector, which I think is fantastic. So here is, now not these three round ones, but everything else. Those are a portion of 4 palettes. The Lorac Mint Edition, the Lorac Plum, Nudes, and Navy. So there are the remnants of 4 palettes in here. And they were not this whole time part of my collection. I actually got 3 of the skinny palettes and the mint edition from a woman who had purchased them years ago. They were brand new, untouched, and I managed to get them for 10 bucks a piece, and I was really happy with it because I wanted to try Lorac shadows, and Lorac was really not readily available in Canada at the time. Now they're showing up in Shoppers Drug Mart, and I was really happy with them, and I depotted them because I do take these shadows in magnetic palettes when I travel. I just pick the colors that I want to complement any sort of mini or full-size palette that I'm going to be bringing with me on the trip. So instead of bringing a bunch of palettes, I just go in here, take what I need to complement, and I absolutely love doing that. So that is my oldest, the oldest thing in my collection. And a couple of years ago, it would have been a completely different answer. I had some 10-year-old makeup that I had been using for over 10 years, and I decluttered that because it was too old. And now I think this is quite old makeup, but I'm enjoying it. It works perfectly fine, and I don't see any reason to stop using it. Now, my second answer for this question is this one, which is the Urban Decay 20-year anniversary vault, I guess. And the reason I'm including it is because there are 20 single shadows, which was a big way that Urban Decay sold its products before. And there were 20, I've got a lot more liners in here, but there were 20 liners as well that were some of the OG Urban Decay products. And so technically, as far as color stories and of single shadows and of color pencils, these I go to as kind of OG Urban Decay products that have been around for a very, very long time, even though I've only had these 40 products in my collection for a couple of years. If you want to see more about that collection, I'll put the video right there. Okay, we have to make this go a little faster, so let's move along. Number 2 is, what is your most recent makeup purchase? Well, it's very recent. Let me show you. Now, I got a number of things in the order, but this is the most prominent by far, and it is the Cheek Stars from Benefit. And let me show you the palette. And the reason I got it is for a couple of the shades, but it ends up being that I really like 3 of them. Now, I have the Dallas and the Hula, and I'm going to see if a friend of mine wants them. And the ones that I'm going to be keeping are Cookie, and this one's Sugar Bomb, I think. Yeah, Sugar Bomb. So this is more of a blush. This is definitely a highlighter. And another blush that I thought was going to be very orange, but it isn't, called Georgia, that is very new as well to Benefit. So it's more of a kind of glowy, peachy, bronzy blush as opposed to just orange, which I thought it was. And I'm very happy to have picked up this palette from Benefit. A lot of the Benefit blushes that I have and bronzers are older, and I wanted to have something that was relatively new, and a lot of these are very much new to the line from Benefit, and I'm very happy to have them. If you're curious for the other brand new stuff that I have in my collection, I've got some foundation products coming, or that I've received, and a few coming. So I will be doing a foundations video at some point soon to show you what I have in my collection. Moving on to number 3. What is the first makeup product you ever received? And that was, it was a green mascara. And I was 11 or 12. And my mother said, absolutely not. And it was a friend of hers that gave me this green mascara. It has irked me my whole life that I could not play with this green mascara. Why couldn't I play with the green mascara in the house? Not leave. Like, just, if you don't want me to wear makeup outside the house, fine. But why could I not play with that green mascara? It has bothered me all my life, and that might be why now I'm overcompensating with makeup. I love color, I love makeup, and it was really a painful thing to have an opportunity just get killed like that. So that was a bit rough. I know, first world problems, right? Like, it's not a big deal, but it still gives me a little pang every time I think of it. Number 4, what is a makeup trend that you used to love but now hate? I'm going to say not applicable. I don't think that there's a makeup trend that somebody does on themselves that I hate. Are there some makeup trends I'm kind of going, no thank you? Absolutely. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon for just any and all makeup trends. But I have no desire to say to folks, you can't do that to your face. It's their face. They can do whatever they want. And I find some things quirky, different, sure, weird, but it doesn't impact my life in any way, shape, or form. So they can do them, and I will do me. And then it goes for the other question, which is, what is a makeup trend that you used to hate but now love? I don't have an answer. I don't. So I am intrigued by just about anything that you can do with powder and cream and paint type products on your face and body. I'm really always curious about it, always curious to see what people are doing with various products and using products in new and innovative ways. I like the creativity aspect of it. I don't adhere to hard and fast rules with makeup, and I will use makeup products in all sorts of ways that are not intended, and I don't care what people think. I really, really don't. And sometimes I show up with eye makeup that is absolutely not flattering on my eye. I don't care. It's just makeup. It washes away. It does not define me as a person in my value or in my talent or anything. So yeah, I say free the makeup. Let people do whatever they want. Moving on. Number 6, what is your favorite step in your makeup routine? Eyeshadow application. Always. It's always eyeshadow application. Yeah. That is what makes me feel very creative, free to express myself, free to be weird. The only thing that might supersede that is Halloween. If I still have the picture, I will put the picture of the leopard makeup that I did some time ago. Yeah, I really enjoy what I have a chance to do with makeup products and how it can be super transformative. I really enjoy it. And that's probably why I absolutely love the drag shows that are on TV now, because I love the transformation that people undertake and the creativity associated with it. I think it's awesome. Number 7 is, what is a makeup product you can't live without? Oh my gosh. Okay, it's a tie. It's a tie. Mascara. If I can only wear one thing from an aesthetics perspective, it's going to be mascara. If I can only wear one makeup product. From a health and wellness perspective, I would answer lip balm, because my lips are always insanely dry, and I have lip balm on my lips, lip balm or a hydrating lipstick of some sort on my lips always. I go to bed with a lip balm or a lip treatment of some sort. I always have to have something on my lips. So it's a tie. Makeup and lip balm or a hydrating lip product. Number 8 is, what sparked your love for makeup? Well, 2 things. I always have loved colored eyeshadow, big time. And I used to be able to, I was allowed as a teenager to wear colored liner and mascara eventually. I was 14 or 15 by the time I was allowed. But when I was able to wear makeup, I was old enough to do whatever it is that I wanted. I had a big problem, and I talked about it in my Q&A video. I'll put that video right there. I had a severe, I used to walk on my feet, on the edges of my feet, because the bottoms of my feet were so bad. I had eczema pretty much all over, and I was an itchy mess. And I was able to cure my eczema when I figured out what foods were causing the inflammation in my body. And when I eliminated those foods, and that affected my lifestyle, I ended up being able to tolerate any lotion I wanted, any perfume I wanted, any makeup product I wanted. My life changed immensely when I was able to fix my issues with eczema, depending on how you say it. That was really transformative for me. So yeah, that completely unleashed my ability to have fun with makeup. And I call myself a teenager because I'm making up for lost time. I would have loved in my late teens and 20s to be playing around with makeup. And yeah, I feel like that part was somewhat stolen from me because I just didn't know any better. And as a matter of fact, a lot of people dealing with eczema have no idea that you can really impact your quality of life by changing a few things. Next up is question 9, which is, what is the worst makeup you've ever done? And I don't really have an answer for that. I will just say that I will try to find a cringeworthy video where I have lousy makeup. I'm going to go back quite a bit, probably 2018, and see. But again, it depends on what you like. And so there are just some videos where I have wilder, weirder eyeshadow than others. And yeah, some where I'm kind of going, not my best day, but nothing that I've been concerned about. Obviously, I left those videos up, so I'm okay with it. Anyway, I'll pick one, and you decide how lousy it is, and I will not take offense. Number 10 is, what is your favorite makeup you've ever done? The favorite makeup, if I have it, it would be that leopard Halloween makeup I did. That was amazing. I've talked about it already. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a repeat answer, but it wasn't a makeup look. If there has to be a makeup look, I will find a video I'm particularly proud of on this channel. There are a few looks that are pretty good. Actually, yeah. You know what? I'll put a couple of pictures, still pictures, here for you to take a look at a couple of makeup looks that I was particularly proud of on this channel over the last 3 years. So hopefully those are satisfactory in answering the question. Number 11 is very practical. It is, what is your favorite drugstore makeup product? And I have to say, the L'Oreal Lash Paradise is fantastic. And I highly recommend. I think that is such a good product from the drugstore. It's a very good volumizing mascara if that is what you're looking for. Some people call it a dupe for the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. I just really think that is just a fantastic, very affordable mascara. You can get it for $8 Canadian when it's on sale. I'm very impressed with that mascara, and there hasn't been another drugstore mascara that I've tried that has left me with that kind of an impression. Really, really a good product. And number 12 is, what is your favorite splurge makeup product? I am going to say a Becca highlighter. And the reason I'm going to say that is because I drooled over the highlighter from Becca that was the Year of the Pig. And I remember it. I remember when I ordered it, which was mid to late November of 2019. I was in the doctor's office to pick up my stepdad after an eye exam, and I ordered it in the waiting room. And I had been hemming and hawing. It was in my basket some like 20 times. And I'm like, Hélène, just get it. Just get it. And the same thing happened to me again this year with Becca on with the Own Your Light highlighter that is almost like an illuminating blush. It's a really neat highlighter. And same thing, in and out of my cart 20, 30 times. And I am so happy that I have those two products. I cannot tell you how happy I am. And yet the struggle was real. And maybe part of why I'm so thankful is because I went through the struggle, and I know that I really, really wanted them. And I managed to get them for 40% off each. And that they're full size. They're two of only 3 full-size Becca products that I have, and as far as highlighters, and yeah, it's Becca highlighters. It seems to be the uber treat that I give myself as a Christmas present every year, is a full-size Becca highlighter. It seems to be a tradition that is emerging here. But anyway, yeah, that would be my answer. Now, number 13 is, what is your most repurchased makeup product? And I say that I have a 4-way tie. You decide. I think I have purchased all of these products the same number of times. And that is the Fit Me powder from Maybelline. I have purchased that powder product a total of 4 times. Then there is the Monsieur Big mascara. I have definitely purchased that one 4 times now. There is the, well, you may or may not agree, but there's the Urban Decay Freak. And the reason I'm putting that one in is because I have only ever purchased one full size of that mascara, but I have been able to get 3 deluxe samples that I have actively pursued. So they may not be 3 additional full size of the Freak mascara, but for me to have gone out and sought it out a total of 4 times, that's why it's making the list. And finally, I have Buxom Dolly. The Buxom Dolly lip gloss, full-on lip gloss. I can't remember what, there's 2. There's the lip polish and the lip gloss, or full-on lip cream, or full-on lip polish, I think. Anyway, I have purchased the Dolly 4 times. And a close second is the White Russian. I really love Buxom lip glosses. As a matter of fact, I'm wearing Dolly right now. They are so, so good. And yeah, I ended up buying a 7-piece set last year of Buxom products, and Buxom lip glosses have made it as empties regularly on this channel. So yeah, those are my 4 answers for the repeat repurchase products. 4 times 4 products. Number 14 is, what is my earliest makeup memory? And I have 2 of them. One of them is I got in trouble because I ended up putting a kind of a minty green eyeshadow on my lids, and I got teased at school. So that got me in a bit of a pickle. And then the other one is that green mascara I told you about. So those 2 are bittersweet early makeup memories, and yeah, those are the earliest memories when it comes to makeup. Number 15 is, what is your favorite place to shop for makeup? I'm a little bit stuck when it comes to that one because if I answer where the biggest volume of makeup comes from, it's a different answer from what type of business I want to buy from. So I don't want to mention Shoppers Drug Mart, and I don't want to mention Sephora as my go-to places because I would prefer to buy everything from individual brands. And when I can, I do. And I feel like brand aggregators, which are stores that carry a whole bunch of different types of makeup, make it possible for me to get more things from one place. But as a business owner, I do prefer to go to individual brand websites or locations to get my products. So the default would be a couple of those big stores as my answer, but that's not how I want. It's not how I behave in the grand scheme of things. In the grand scheme of things, if there were a third bucket, which was independent brand websites and whatnot, it would be yes, but that's not one particular location. But it is one method of sourcing makeup. I may be circumventing the question, but too bad. That's what I'm doing. Moving on. Now, number 16 is, what is the most underrated makeup product you own? For that question, I'm going to answer it as a tool answer. And for that, I have a primary answer and then an honorable mention. So here they are. It is a specific brush that was discontinued by Smashbox in 2020, and I'm upset about it. Let me show you. Now I do have this answer, but I also have an honorable mention. So this is the brush that is my just underrated tool. It is called the Multitasker brush from Smashbox, and I was so upset when I went and looked for one and realized that if I had not gone and looked for it, well, it was gone. It was gone off the Smashbox website within days of me purchasing a backup of this one. So this is my original, but I use it every single time I do my makeup, so my eye makeup. So I mean, this is a workhorse for sure. But I also know that this kind of pyramidal shape is unusual, and I need to start hunting for another one because my second one is not going to last forever. But it's fantastic for getting in to the corner of the inner lid and spreading product, because it is a flat surface, but it's almost like a flat brush and a circular brush, or yeah, cylindrical kind of end of the brush with a dome on the end. It's like the best of both worlds, and I'm so happy I have a backup. And I was able to get a backup by buying a 5-brush set for the same price as one brush. And had I pounced on it earlier, I might have purchased a few of those, but it was just not an impulse buy, but it's like almost like an emergency purchase that I hadn't really budgeted for. But am I so happy that I got that brush set to get a second one of these? So happy. If you can find a brush in this kind of style, I highly recommend it. Now, an honorable mention is this guy, which is the Pro Brush number 5 from BH Cosmetics. I have gifted this brush more than any other, well, I have gifted this brush over and over again, more than any other product, makeup related product I have ever gifted. It is a brush that you can get from BH Cosmetics for $5 regular price, I think, but I always get it on sale for a couple of bucks, and I just keep giving it to people. It is a fantastic brush to set your eye primer, and is also a fantastic brush if you want a wash of color in the crease as a base to kind of do other things. And it gets a little scratchy when it gets older, but the size of it, you cannot make a mistake with blending with a brush like this. It's so, so great as a starting tool for virtually any makeup look, I would assume. Number 17 is, what is the most overrated makeup product you own? And for that, I also have 2 answers because there's a tie. You're not going to like the answer. If you like high-end stuff, you're not going to like my answer. But I'm going to tell you what I really think. Now, this is just my opinion, and you will see back there in that corner, can you see just how much Pat McGrath I have? I have a ton. I have 2 of the Mothership palettes. I have a bunch of the 6-pan palettes. I got the Celestial Divinity. I got the, there it is. I also got the Rose Decadence as well. So I keep hoping that I get my money's worth with Pat McGrath, but let me just give you an example of something that I just don't get. So this is $88 Canadian for 4 eyeshadows. Now think of it, $88 Canadian regular price for 4 eyeshadows, that's $22 per eyeshadow. And multi-chromes exist. Okay, so let's take a look at this quad. All right, and you can see that there's not a whole lot of use of the quad, and there's a reason. There's nothing super special about these shadows. I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to swatch all of them, and let's just talk about them for a second. Okay, these are the quads, these are the shadows, and these are the swatches. I want you to honestly tell me what is worth $22 a piece for any of these colors. There is nothing on the back of my hand here that I cannot dupe in my collection with shadows that are a fraction of the price, in some cases $1 or $2 each. I rest my case. And here are the fingers just for fun because I like to do that. All right, so again, overrated. How is that not overrated? Now the next one, which is another cult following makeup brand, is Natasha Denona. Now I have been told that I have just had bad luck in picking up duds. And one of these duds is the lilac, what's it called again? Lila palette. I don't care for it. Luckily, it was a reasonable price, but it certainly didn't leave much of a good impression. And then this one is a hodgepodge. I ended up mixing the cranberry palette and the, what's it called? The Aries palette from 2 holidays ago, which was my first foray in Natasha Denona. And yeah, so, and I'm not super big on this one. And I swatch this one regularly, and every time I swatch it, I think, I'm not jazzed about the colors. Can I wear them? Yeah, but I'm not going to force myself to. When I feel like it, and a number of these have kind of like semi-transparent look to the shadows. I have to be in the mood to wear some of these. They just don't call to me more than other things that I have in my collection. Like they're just okay. I don't get excited about them. And so I've been told if I get the gold palette that it will be a game changer, or the Metropolis palette that it will be a game changer. I'm not saying I don't believe the folks who are telling me this. I'm intrigued, and they do come to mind a lot. But if you felt like you'd been burned, because this is a combo of 2 palettes, so I've had the cranberry, I've had the Aries, which had great reviews, the Aries did, and then the Lila palette, would you, if you felt burnt 3 times, would you go and then spend multiple times what each one of these cost on spec that you would like the gold or the Metropolis? It almost sounds like insanity to do that. So I don't doubt that people are telling me that, I just went with the wrong stuff and, try something else. But it just feels like a really expensive gamble. So if there ends up being a really good sale sometime, maybe, but $170 to just kind of see if there's better out there when you're burnt, I just can't. So that's how I feel. So Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona, yeah, no, not right now. And I have a lot of Pat McGrath. Am I going to get rid of what I have? No. And do I think the eyeshadow is good? It's good, it's fine, but it's not blow my mind fine. Cliona Multichromes, that is blow my mind amazing. The metallics from Cliona, blow my mind amazing. Another one that I'm going to show you very, very shortly, stinking amazing. Okay, so moving on. And as a matter of fact, it's the next question. Number 18, what is a discontinued makeup product you wish would come back? Oh my goodness, it is so unfair that the world does not have this makeup anymore. And it is makeup from Linda Hallberg, or you may know her as Linda Hallberg. Oh my goodness. It is called the Enchanted Secrets. And this is what it looks like. These four are amazing. And the one down here, oh, sorry, up here, Ethereal, is so gorgeous. I will swatch these as well. Oh my goodness. These four are so beautiful. And unfortunately, I know from experience that the camera does not do it justice, and I wish it did. They are all so beautiful. And they have a bit of a transparent base, and so, well, they do. And so they kind of act as transformers as well. And they're so, so nice. And I'm very disappointed that they are no longer available as a quad. It's just beautiful. They're like magical. They make you feel good. They take you do a makeup look and it looks great, and you just want that little oomph. That will take the makeup to a whole next level. And there is a similar type of formula in the latest quads from Linda Hallberg, but they're not these colors. This was the best. Now, I never got the original. I think there was one before this one, so I can't compare it to the original, but I've purchased each one since, and this one is it's the best. It's so beautiful. And I think that it's only by playing with it that we can see just how neat and unusual, and I want to use the word magical. They're so interesting. And they're less expensive than the Pat McGrath quads. Just saying. Just putting it out there. Number 19, we only have 3 questions left. Number 19 is, where do you go for makeup inspiration? Well, YouTube and Instagram. Now, for some reason, I am locked out of Instagram. It has been months now. There was a hacking problem. I'm one of the victims, and I cannot get into my account, and it's driving me kind of bonkers. But it's one of those things where I just can't deal with it right now. And every time I try, I end up hitting a wall, and I just need to. It's parked. I'll deal with it at some point. I know that nothing's been going on my account. That's fine. If you're curious, it's at HMM Makeup Hélène. I'll put it on the screen. I'm just disgusted with Instagram, and there's no way to get in touch with them. If you have a way to get in touch with somebody from Instagram who gives a hoot, I'd be all ears. But I'm just not impressed with the fact that they're not at least inquiring maybe for somebody who was super active and then just wasn't. How come they're not checking in to see if maybe we're locked out? I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much of a company, but it's pretty gross that they don't offer a way for us to be able to tell them that the retrieval process is not working and we can't do anything. So anyway, that's a complete sidebar. Pardon me. Let's move on. But yes, YouTube and Instagram, when I could use it, are definitely areas or places that I go to for inspiration. They really are. I like to see how people apply makeup and the creativity that they exhibit. I think it's a lot of fun to watch, and definitely educates and inspires my own looks. Number 20, second last question. What do you hope to see less of in makeup's future? One word: rules. I want to see fewer rules. I don't care for rules. Why are we limiting people's self-expression? Are there best practices when you're trying to achieve a certain look, and that there are some suggested ways of doing those? Great. But rules, that's BS. There are no rules with creativity. If there were rules for creativity, a lot of the absolute best works in the world would not exist. Rules and creativity do not mix. That's what I want to see less of. And makeup is no exception. Makeup is a creative outlet. Do not restrict what someone wants to do. If they want to look a certain way and live a certain way and express themselves a certain way, leave them be. Number 21 is what do you hope to see more of in makeup's future? And I have to say innovative pigments and finishes. I think the multi-chrome experiment, so to speak, has been fantastic. Cliona multi-chromes are unbelievable. If you want a video of a number of applications of Cliona multi-chromes, please let me know. I would love to do that. I just need to know that there's enough interest to do it. So that's an example. Linda Halbadi, her makeup brand does a lot of things that are super innovative and different and inspiring, and her makeup looks are also very inspiring. She's an accomplished makeup artist and does some really, really interesting things, breaks down some barriers, invites people to do the same. I like that a lot. And another thing that I really hope happens more is, and makeup brands dabble in it, but I don't see a consistent pursuit of it, and that is what I would call waterproof makeup. And what I mean by that is, it's like the tattoo stuff, tattoo brows, tattoo liners, and I don't mean actual tattoos. I mean product that stays on the skin until you decide that it comes off. And I'm not suggesting people don't wash their faces. I'm suggesting makeup that is as easy as regular makeup to put on, but that does not come off unless you want to. And I'm repeating that to make a point. The Urban Decay Inked Brow is an example of a product that had me kind of wowed. It did not budge. And my brows with that, I just got a sample and I used it. I used it once thinking, because a lot of people don't like it for some reason. And I tried it the first time thinking, well, let's give it a shot because of the reviews that I'd been seeing. I tried it and I went, oh my gosh, this is so good. This is so good. And I kept using that sample pack, and finally, yeah, I did buy the full-size version, which is, it's not very big, but it'll last a long time because it literally goes a really, really long way. I want more of those types of products. And I think that when you have kind of an oil-based remover for products like that, where there's kind of a preferred way of removing for these products that just don't really come off on their own, that you unleash a lot of potential, because a lot of folks are really scared, if they're not super confident or whatnot, they're really scared of makeup running, makeup not looking perfect, and they'll spend so much energy and effort and worry during the day that it interferes with their ability to be productive, creative, at ease, that if there is makeup that just really doesn't move, once you know it's on your face, it's not going to start going anywhere, that I think that you'll have a lot happier makeup consumers than what is currently the case, which is makeup that, lipstick that smears, eyeliner that runs, brow powder that sprinkles on your face. I had that happen a few videos ago, and I just didn't see it in the mirror underneath the camera, and here I was editing, kind of going, I got stuff on my face. It would be so amazing for the makeup to stay, and I think that makeup tattooing was trying to address that issue for a lot of folks who wear makeup, and that just seems just way too drastic for me, because I think that the way that I want to do makeup is going to evolve for sure, and I think it's the same for a lot of people. But it would just be nice that you have it set and done, kind of like hair color. Once you've done your hair color, you're good for a number of weeks, and you're not worried about the hair dye coming off your head. It's there, it's done, it's good. Now, I'm not talking about makeup on the face that lasts 4 to 6 weeks. If that's what you're after, you do you. I'm just saying that once the spackle is on my face, that I shouldn't have to worry about touch-ups a ton during the day. I can understand, powdering for oil, but as far as knowing that my face isn't melting off, that would be nice. So that is the big innovation that I'm hoping that makeup companies pursue over the coming number of years. That is it. I have officially answered the 21 questions. I hope you found them entertaining, if not informative. Let me know if you have some answers to some of those 21 questions. I would love to hear what you've been noodling as you've heard my answers. And with that, I will say thank you so much for listening to me ramble. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.